Well, I am so glad that I did all of that amazing work without hitting the go live button. I am so happy that you guys got to see the dry run of probably my best presentation I've ever done, because I'm just so overjoyed with all of this, and I didn't hit the live button. And now, of course, I'm way too heavy on time right now. So guess what? I'm going to have to come back. I'll have to reschedule and put it back together. But you'll see from the slides that I was going through. Maybe I can. And I don't think over it. Hold on, over at OBS. Yeah, that everything that I just did is for the angels of virtual event planning. Oh my gosh! No, 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 no. Okay, let me get my wits about me, and let's see maybe if I can kind of run through it. Let me see if I can kind of abbreviate and really run through it really quickly. Hi everybody, this has been Beauty Bubble. Yeah, because I'm basically a cooked goose right now. Like, no, 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 I didn't just do that. Oh wow, crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, I even had it all lined up, and it was so well done. But let's go see if we can run through it really quickly here, so that I don't embarrass my whole self. Um, Okay, so what we've got going on, right, as you all, unless you don't follow these things, even though you should follow these things, uh, and if you are with StreamYard, you know that there was an announcement yesterday, and it doesn't stop there. There was also their blog posts. There's lots of headlines, and February 3rd there is going to be a Fireside chat, and you must go over to Hopin. Go ahead and go to Hopin and register over at Hopin, and then join in, RSVP that you want to attend the February 3rd event. And so what I want to say to you is, once you do that, you're going to also see all sorts of different things are going to be over there. You run to the blog. Definitely, definitely read the blog and read their own posts about this acquisition. And this is the reason why. You want to go through the front door. Anytime this happens in our life, we want to go through the front door. Do not take any of this through secondhand. Don't do that. Go ahead and know the language that was being used, especially by the people that put together the money. And this is why follow the money is always so important. Get it from the money. Don't get it from an employee of the money. Get it from the money. And then you start to look at, who is Hopin? How did it all come to be? What are they made out of? And virtual events, okay, why do I need to know about virtual events? Even if it is just yourself and 5 people, that is a virtual event. I know that we've kind of been sold other ways of looking at it. Oh, it's just a hangout. Oh, it's just a blab. Oh, it's just a huzzah. Oh, it's just all of that. No, you're actually, especially when you reach out to your network of people, there are certain things that people are looking for when they gather, when they convene. And let me, this is why, let's see here. That's the stream health, so we don't want that, do we? And let's go ahead and X out of that, because you're just doing infinity stuff. All right. So what is a virtual event? I thought what I would do is describe a virtual event by using the terms love languages. What is it made out of, a virtual event? And how, at the end of it, do you have these euphoric reviews of, wow, what an event. Wow. oh my gosh, I can't wait to come back next year. I came back with so much great information. I'm just over the moon. Can't wait to get back to work, do development again, do coding again, and all of these things. So I found this graphic called Self-Love Languages, and I will go ahead and put more attributions down below when I'm done. But this kind of seemed to make sense as I was studying the areas that a event needs to have in order to get that end result, right? Those words of affirmation that not only the event coordinators want, but the keynotes want, the vendors want, the attendees want, even the hoteliers, right? That they're looking for words of affirmation. Will you be back next year? And all year long we've heard about, I can't wait to see you again. I can't wait to have us connect with one another again. I can't wait to hear your voice. I can't wait to give you a big bear hug and those sorts of things. So you'll notice that actually the first thing, and why this kind of touched me in this way, is that physical touch is the primary reason for conferences, for the attendees, and for the vendors, is to be able to pick up the product, to be able to see the look in people's eyes when they discover that, oh, that's how that works again. Like all of those things, the amount of, the love affair that people have with product, services, people, the music that's played, all the rattle-tat, the whole elevator thing and the luggage wheels and everything. All of these kinds of things are one of the driving forces of what makes the modern conference work, and what we have to do inside of the digital life. We have to be able to replicate that, and how are we going to do that? So physical touch, and I'm just going to run through these because you guys can read them yourself. Acts of service, that is another, these are all little, doorways of how I look at, or how I would, right, because there's different ways, obviously, of creating virtual events. But some of the things that kind of resonated with me. Receiving gifts. Yeah, there's actually like real life swag bags that are being sent in the digital space. I read a whole bunch of really cool people that are doing not just gift tags. They're gift certificates, but they're giving people all sorts of digital access, and so yeah. As far as like swag bags, if you're a vendor out there that's been wondering, well, how am I going to get my word out to your event? That whole area, and over at Hopin, it's unbelievable that you can actually build out this wonderful event, these booths, and so like that's going to be really fun to build out. And then the quality time. So this is something that really struck me, because when the in-person event, when it's really stripped away, there's a lot of loss, actually. There's not only loss of personal property, there's loss of time with your family, and then there's the unknown, right? It's an upfront unknown loss of time. And with the virtual event, you can really kind of begin to see how it's all going to form, because there's the chat room. You get to see the people that are coming. You have the event planners that are informing you as to who's coming, and they can come in and out of this incredible virtual space, of course, using StreamYard at any provocation. They can have 9 receptions if they want to before the conference goes live. They can deal with all sorts of how-tos and so many like things to set up the level of quality for a virtual event. So I thought that was really very cool to see how Hopin actually, and from my view anyway, that Hopin is servicing more these love languages that all of us really. I mean, we are so drained right now, and the one thing that these virtual conferences can can kind of begin to heal up in ourselves is some, an ability to kind of have the, like that certain kind of blood flow that you have in the in-person events. And I do believe, from what I've seen and what I've witnessed, that we can create virtual events that actually do all of these things and do it very well and often and for more people. And the more people that, of course, are touched with the right things, with physical touch, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality tips, words of affirmation. Imagine if that was your everyday. You'd be going to conferences every single day. Every single day. So it's just so cool. All right, so that was that. I dealt with the love languages. Then what else did I have? Okay. So let's say you decided, yes, I'm over at Hopin Beauty. Now what do I do? Well, there's a few things that you have to kind of know about, and I talk about this quite a lot privately. Let's make sure that not only do you know who you want to have this conference for, so it's not unlike if you're building a YouTube channel, that you need to know who it is for, that you kind of get a handle, because there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be required of you that are in the graphics tier. A lot of things. And one reason why I'm doing vertical is because I know that when you go to, really put out some very kind of punchy marketing for your event, that vertical, of course, is the way to focus. But you will have to figure out your typeset, figure out your colors, get your logo reworked and remodeled, and have an idea of what's called your design system. What is your design actually saying to the world, so that it will absolutely stand apart and be more cognizant of how important this particular point in history is for you to get this part figured out. Now, listen to me. Don't forget, this is what happened. I want you guys to really think about this for a little bit. Our StreamYard, and we do, if you're part of the community of StreamYard, we're pretty tight knit. We might be a big community, but we're very tight knit. We know StreamYard, and this is what StreamYard is now. Okay. So you have to be real with this. Hopin bought StreamYard. Now, you never have to do an event. You never have to think about doing an event. But I'm going to tell you that the community that we can build over at Hopin, if you think to yourself, okay, I'm not really having an event, but I am going to go ahead and schedule an event for 5 of my friends. I'm going to learn how to do this. I want to know how I can now be of service in the community for those people that are going to be doing events. Whether it's that you're going to be a ticket buyer, whether you're going to help out with, being a lobby presence or being in chat, or, we have to get very familiar with Hopin. So that's why I took a little snippet, and I'm throwing it out there to kind of really put that beauty mark on your heart, that is, like I said, you may be thinking, I'll never do a virtual event. Okay, so join my club, right? What am I going to do a virtual event for? But what did I do? I went over and I created an event. Yes, I did. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and stop there, and let me get rid of the assets, and let me open up the Hopin, and we will go back and through up again. Let me bring that down. So once you're over at Hopin, number 1 is that you're going to read everything that there is about the acquisition from the Hopin crew, okay? And there's 2 headers. It's very exciting. All right, so let me get that. Let me get my browser sorted out, so just give me just a moment. Okay, Hopin will populate in just a moment. Okay, you're going to notice, this is Hopin now, right? You see there's an article up at the top in the header. You need to read it, and you need to read the blog post. And you also need to go through and read the other blog posts and become very familiar with Hopin and how they think and the events that they've done. Now, there are people that I know that have been to Hopin events. They absolutely love it. They love the way that the event coordinators have created the experience. Everyone does the experience a little differently, and the feedback that I'm getting is that it is absolutely marvelous to be involved in a Hopin virtual event. So those are the 2 things that I need for you to do straight away, okay? Go through the front door, read, and then hold on. Be a little patient with the Fireside chat coming back around so that you're not misquoting, misstepping, or stepping on toes, or making a fool of yourself trying to be ahead of the curve, okay? So when I got the news, where did I go? I had already had a Hopin account. I've been with Hopin for quite some time. And, I just went right over there and began to read from the source, okay? So definitely do that for yourself. All right. I don't think, because of how I screwed up the beginning, that why don't you come back around and let me know that you've actually started a Hopin account, and then I will reschedule and come back on board, and we'll go through the actual steps of what I can share with you about the event that I created. And before I do that, though, let me go ahead and see if the browser source will switch over. And that's the problem. I don't think it's going to. So let me go ahead and let me add another source and see if it will do it that way. Let me grab the name of the source first of all and do it that way here. All right. Just give me a moment. I'm going to add hop number 3. Hop number 3. And next time I do this, I'll do it on StreamYard. Remember, I'm doing the vertical video because I do know that if we don't spend more time in vertical video, it's going to be a real tough time when we want to start to market. Let me have that load up. Okay. Let me figure out. That was kind of weird, huh? Get rid of that then. So let me do a screen. No, they don't want me to do that. Hop 3, right? Get rid of that, and I want to remove. Okay, so I just browser then. So I was able to bring it up before. So you guys just hold on just a moment. Just hold on a minute. This is OBS on a Mac. Welcome. Okay. There we go. We want to go to the Hopin. Oh, that is so bizarre. Hopin, Hopin, where'd you go? You guys just stay put. I'm gonna do this and it's gonna be fine. Just stay put. Okay, so window. Oh my gosh. Cancel. Okay, add. Browser source. Man, my first recording was so, the first time I did this live, man, I was on fleek. And now look at me now. Oof. What am I going to do? Okay, this is how we're going to handle this. I'm going to get my windows set up so that you guys can see definitely, right? We have an event over on Hopin. It is a hidden event, however, and it requires a link to be sent. So when you're very first over there, and you're not going to be worried too much about, inviting 500 people, right? You just want to kind of just get in there and start to use the system a little bit. Your event will be hidden and only people that have your link can get in. But you put together some art, a description, then there's another area down below that it looks to me like you can almost build a beautiful web page or what would be considered like a flyer for your event that maybe you would normally get in the mail or as an email. I know that they do have integrations with mail services and that sort of thing. So I think that for us to be able to go through those steps would be very helpful outside of hearing my word of encouragement to get your Hopin account. Connect with me if you would like to. I'm going to be doing more of these obviously, and then February 4th I'm doing the Hopin plus StreamYard plus You events where all this will be tidied up a little bit. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye. Thanks so much, guys, and I will talk to you soon for sure. See you.